How can I not only get her attention, but also connect with her on a deeper level? If you've ever felt like you were wasting time and energy trying to make a meaningful connection with a woman, you're not alone. Understanding that a woman's mind is full of unspoken words, hidden wants, and subtle cues is key to making a connection. A difficult project. A lot of guys miss these important signs without even realizing it. In today's fast-paced and sometimes rough world, we look to a philosophy that has stood the test of time: Stoicism. Stoicism has its own way of looking at life and love, focusing on patience, self-control, and real relationship. This isn't just about getting attention. It's about making a deep connection with other people's minds and souls in a genuine and powerful way. At the heart of Stoicism is the search for security through calm and sure actions. Being the anchor in the storm isn't just a way to improve yourself. It's also a way to really surprise and attract other people by showing real strength of character. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand these complicated issues, but you'll also learn how to be heard and felt, reaching a level of connection that most people can only dream of. We're not talking about playing games or using simple tricks. We're talking about mastering a delicate art form. If you're ready to go beyond the surface and connect on a level that's both meaningful and lasting, stay tuned and join us on this exploration of how Stoic principles can help you not only catch her eye, but also win her heart before we start. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to be notified when we post new videos. Now let's start by figuring out what she's doing when she's talking. It's not just the words that matter, it's also her body language and movements. Stoicism teaches us how important it is to observe quietly and read carefully, which are both skills that help us understand someone better. Let's look at how you can use this in real life, especially when you're trying to figure out how interested or comfortable someone is. First, think about how important eye contact is. If she looks at you a lot, it means she's interested in either the conversation or you personally. This is a good sign that she's paying attention and involved in the conversation. On the other hand, if she doesn't look at you, it could mean she's not paying attention. Lack of interest or even pain, Stoic thought tells us not to judge too quickly and to look at these signs in the context of a bigger picture. Pay attention to her smile. Is it real? A real, spontaneous smile not only lights up the face, but also reaches the eyes and is a clear sign of genuine pleasure or happiness. This is a good sign that she feels at ease and positive during your interaction. On the other hand, if she crosses her arms or avoids being close to you, it could mean she is not fully at ease. These signs are very important for figuring out how she's feeling besides what she says. Another nice one thing to look out for is mimicry. If she unconsciously copies your actions, like drinking when you do or sitting in the same way, it usually means she is in sync with you, which Stoics might call harmony. This mimicry can show that you two feel comfortable and connected. Stoicism tells us to pay attention, but it also teaches us that we need a balanced view. As the Greek scholar Epictetus said, we should try to figure out what each action and response means without putting our own wants or biases on them. This helps us really understand how she feels and what she's thinking. By getting good at reading these nonverbal cues, you can get a better sense of what she's thinking and feeling without having to talk to her directly. This skill isn't just about reading signs of interest or affection. It's also about making real connections based on mutual respect and understanding. So when you're interacting with other people, remember to watch carefully, interpret wisely, and react thoughtfully. Stoicism isn't just about being strong and able to control yourself. It's also about getting closer to other people through careful study and understanding. Number 2, keep her guessing. Let's talk about how keeping some things a mystery can make our exchanges and relationships better, especially from a Stoic point of view. In Stoicism, keeping some things a mystery isn't about lying or manipulating others. It's about practicing restraint and letting others enjoy the thrill of discovery. This way of doing things fits with the Stoic virtues of wisdom and temperance, which mean knowing what to share and what to keep from others so as not to confuse, but to help people understand and appreciate them more. Being strange in a good way means making people curious and interested. Imagine that someone wants to read your book. You don't show all of your pages at once. Instead, you let the reader discover each chapter at their own pace, which makes the reading experience more engaging and rewarding. In the same way, when you talk to someone, telling them just enough about yourself to get them interested can make your presence more compelling. For example, when you're talking about your life or opinions, you might sometimes leave something out or hint at a story that you'll tell another time. This not only keeps conversations going, but it's lively and active, but also asks her to pay more attention and be more involved in the conversation. She becomes an active partner, eager to learn more instead of a passive receiver of information. However, it's important to strike a balance between this and being genuinely open. Stoicism tells us not to mess with other people's feelings, so while it's good to keep her guessing, you shouldn't make it too frustrating or hard to understand. The key is to give her just the right amount of information to keep her interested, without giving her so little that it becomes an impossible puzzle. This method should make her want to get to know you better out of genuine interest, not because you're trying to be mysterious. If you find the right balance, she will not only be interested, but also actively involved. She will look forward to your next talk, eager to learn more about your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. This makes a connection that is both strong and long-lasting. Also, being a little too serious can represent a deeper Stoic principle, that we are all complicated people who are always growing and changing. By not giving away everything at once, you show that you understand this. Embrace the Stoic art of maintaining mystery with wisdom and moderation. Let your interactions be marked by a respectful withholding that invites curiosity and deeper engagement. By doing this, you not only make your relationships more dynamic, but also more meaningful. Number 3. Really appreciate her. In any relationship, showing genuine respect is not just a nice thing to do, it's a must. It means seeing and appreciating her for who she really is, beyond the surface. This kind of respect means actively listening to her thoughts and feelings, acknowledging her goals, and supporting her struggles. When you genuinely value someone, you're not just listening because you want something in return, you're showing that you care about her well-being and her as a person. Think about this when you interact with her. Try to understand her points of view and experiences without immediately trying to insert your own. For example, if she shares something personal, respond with empathy and interest instead of turning the conversation back to yourself. This method not only shows that you value her thoughts, but it also builds trust and mutual respect. It's important to remember that real appreciation is more than just compliments or small talk meant to win someone over. Stoic wisdom tells us that virtue and honesty can't live together, so don't fake interest or play games. These strategies might get your attention for a short time, but they don't help in the long run. Encourage long-lasting relationships or respect. Truly appreciating her means noticing her unique traits and being thankful for having her in your life. When she feels truly appreciated, she's more likely to share more of her thoughts and feelings. A deeper emotional exchange can lead to a deeper and more meaningful relationship. When she sees your sincere appreciation, she'll likely respond in kind, starting a cycle of mutual respect and affection. Remember that women are naturally very good at giving love and affection, and when they feel valued, they're likely to do it even more freely. By building a relationship on real respect and appreciation, you not only earn her trust and affection, but you also set the stage for a strong and mutually beneficial relationship. Connection. To sum up, let's learn something from Stoicism and use it in our everyday lives. Value and respect the people around you. This isn't just about romantic relationships. It's a way of being in the world that brings out the best in us and others. By following these Stoic principles, we can build relationships that are not only loving, but also based on respect and understanding. Number 4. Understanding her point of view. When you're getting to know someone, it's important to see things from their point of view. Remember that what she thinks of you can either help or hurt your relationship with her. Accept that her experiences, reactions, and emotions may be different from yours. This is where the Stoic practice of perception comes in. Pay close attention to her body language and nonverbal cues. For example, does she keep eye contact, touch your arm, or move closer when you talk? According to Stoic beliefs, these small actions are her way of showing how she feels and how comfortable she is with you. Observing these signs without imposing our own interpretations on them helps us get a better sense of what she really wants. Engaging in meaningful conversation is another important part of Stoic practice. When you talk to her, focus on listening deeply and asking about her goals. Talking about her daily joys and challenges shows that you care about and respect her as a person, setting you apart from others who might not take the time to really understand her. When you compliment her, make sure your words are sincere and grounded. Stoics value honesty and integrity, which should show in how you show your appreciation for her. When given in the right way, an honest praise can have a big effect on strengthening the Stoic virtue of integrity in your interactions, which will help you connect with them more deeply. Share experiences that go beyond everyday things. Do things that make both of you happy, like cooking a meal together, visiting a museum, or just having a deep talk over coffee. These aren't just fun things to do. They're chances to build a relationship. Stoic relationships are based on shared experiences and mutual respect. However, Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't waste any more time arguing what a good man should be, become one." When it comes to building relationships, this means being true to yourself and to her. Being honest is attractive and builds trust. By applying these Stoic principles to your relationships, you not only improve your connections, but you also align with Stoic ideas of self-improvement and personal growth. These teachings are not just abstract ideas. They are useful tools that can help you build deeper, more meaningful relationships. If you've made it this far and are still interested, please take a moment to share your ideas. Leave a comment that says, "I value authenticity," to show that you got the message and are ready to embrace your real self, which will make your persona more interesting. Let's keep talking about this together. 5th, turn your attention outside. When we're in social or romantic situations, it's easy to get caught up in our own worries and thoughts, like wondering how others see us or if we're making a good impression. But Stoicism tells us to shift our attention from our own worries to the person in front of us. This isn't just about being polite, it's about building a real connection and interest. When you talk to someone, really tune into their vibe. What makes her happy? What worries her? What makes her laugh? Paying attention to these details shows that you respect her as a person. This is where the Stoic practice of attention comes in, observing and listening without letting your own biases and preconceptions get in the way. You can really understand who she is. Mimicking her isn't just copying what she does or says. It's also about feeling what she feels and meeting her needs. Share your joy if she's excited about a recent accomplishment. If she's worried about a challenge, let her know you understand. Show that you understand and maybe even offer support for this reflective. Your actions show that you understand how she feels and what she's going through. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, once said that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. Using this in your interactions means that listening and understanding aren't just polite things to do. They're intentional ways to learn more about her heart and mind. This kind of thoughtful engagement is what sets you apart from others who might not take the time to really connect. By focusing on the other person and being fully present in the moment, you show that you're not just another person in her life, but someone who really understands and appreciates her. This level of empathy and connection is powerful. It not only draws people to you, but it also builds deeper, more meaningful relationships. Number 6. Being careful. This way of acting is like being hard to get, but it comes from the Stoic virtues of temperance and quiet confidence in Stoic thought. Although being coet doesn't mean lying or leading someone on, it does mean being careful and modest in how you reveal yourself and interact with others. It's an art form to balance being available with mystery, so that people want to get to know you better over time instead of being given all the information at once. For example, when you share interests or talk about your passions, you give just enough to intrigue and invite questions instead of giving all the information at once. This keeps the conversation going and builds a sense of anticipation and curiosity. For example, if she talks about a type of music she likes, you might hint at a recent live show you went to without giving away all the details. This makes her want to know more, which keeps her interested in the story. ESS is naturally appealing because it suggests depth and complexity. People are drawn to things that are just a little out of reach, not because they are impossible to reach, but because they promise more than meets the eye. This allure isn't about holding back for game's sake, but about respecting yourself and the other person enough to let the relationship grow naturally. However, it's important to balance this approach with honesty. Stoic philosophy tells us that we should be careful about how much we share, but that our interactions should always be based on honesty and integrity. The push and pull should never get in the way of real connection, but should instead be used to deepen mutual understanding and respect. This is called practicing the art of being coet with Stoic. Basic rules. In turn, you help her learn more about who you are, which lets you connect with her in a way that is respectful and thoughtful. This dynamic can turn a casual acquaintance into a meaningful relationship where both people are interested in getting to know each other better. So remember that to pique someone's interest, you don't need to play games or be sneaky. You just need to thoughtfully reveal something about yourself that makes them want to learn more. By displaying Stoic virtues in your interactions, you not only become more attractive, but also building relationships on genuine desire and deep respect is important. 7th. According to the Stoics, you should have faith in yourself. Self-confidence isn't just showing off. It comes from having a strong belief in your own values and skills. It's about being proud of who you are and where you fit in the world, which makes people naturally want to be around you. From a Stoic point of view, confidence means knowing yourself and having a strong belief in your own worth. Great Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus said that real confidence comes from knowing that you are living by your values and that you don't need approval from others to feel valuable or important. This type of confidence is attractive because it's real and grounded, not flashy or superficial. When you have this kind of confidence, you naturally stand out because you're not trying to impress anyone. You're just being yourself fully and without any apologies. This authenticity is what makes people notice. It's not about the volume of your voice, but the weight of your presence. You're comfortable in your own skin, and this comfort sends a powerful message of stability and self-assurance. Think about someone who walks into a room and just seems calm and sure of themselves without saying a word. This person doesn't need to seek attention or acceptance. Their confidence and ease of being themselves make people want to be around them. This is the kind of confidence we're talking about. It's about being in your element and following your passions without letting other people's opinions change you. People can't help but be drawn to this kind of stern confidence because it shows that you are safe, trustworthy, and real. It shows that you know who you are and where you fit in the world. You're not just another face in the crowd. This energy is interesting and inviting. It makes her want to learn more about you and be a part of your world. Also, when you're sure of yourself in this way, you offer something. Owning your confidence is more than just feeling good about yourself. It means living a life that reflects your true self and knowing your worth without needing anyone else to tell you. This is the confidence that makes people want to be around you and gets them excited. 8. Trust is very important. Trust may seem like a no-brainer, but it's more than just a box to be checked. Everything that makes a friendship last is built on this. Stoicism, which focuses on virtues like honesty and ethics, is a great way to understand and build trust. Trust really is the key to success. It's not just about being trustworthy in big situations. When a woman or anyone else feels like they can trust you, it opens up deeper levels of communication and connection. It's about consistently being reliable and standing, which are qualities highly valued in Stoic philosophy. For example, when you listen to what she says without planning your next response, you're practicing a form of Stoic attentiveness that values the speaker and the moment. Eye contact, a genuine smile, and engaged body language are all simple but powerful ways to show you are there and really care about what she has to say. These aren't just nice things, they show that you respect and care. When she shares her thoughts and experiences, respond with curiosity and encouragement, not just to keep the conversation going, but to really understand her point of view and emotions. Sharing parts of your own life in return is also important. But remember that balance is key. If you try to dominate the conversation, it can take away from her, which can hurt the trust you're trying to build. A Stoic is very careful with criticism and judgment. If she trusts you enough to talk about personal or difficult topics, that's a big step. Respect this trust by not giving her harsh criticism or advice. Instead, praise her strength and resilience and tell her that her experiences, especially the hard ones, make her stronger. This not only builds trust, but also makes her respect and admire you even more. Building trust is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time, consistency, and honesty, all of which are traits that Stoics try to develop in every part of their lives. Let her see who you really are, not through big actions, but through small ones that show your honesty and dependability by following these Stoic principles. You build an area where real trust can grow. This doesn't just let her talk, it builds a way for both of you to have a future together based on admiration and trust. Number 9. Bringing out your inner maverick. Let us talk about an interesting idea that often gets people thinking about relationships: the allure of the bad boy. Now, this doesn't mean being careless or rude. Instead, think of it as releasing your inner maverick, someone who exudes confidence, honesty, and a bit of playful daring, all traits that Stoic philosophy admires. Stoicism says that the best way to live is to be true to yourself and follow virtue, which can surprisingly match up with the good parts of being a bad boy. It's about being brave and honest, not against your morals, but in order to live a full and honest life. Imagine that you're talking to someone and you choose to live in the present moment, engaging with confidence and a touch of charismatic boldness. You're not afraid to be a little cheeky, adding humor and light teasing to your conversations. This approach doesn't amount to disrespect, but it does make things interesting and unpredictable. Stoics like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius stress how important it is to take responsibility for our actions and attitudes and treat others with kindness and respect. A true maverick in the Stoic sense is happy with who they are and doesn't try to fit in with others to please them. Accept how different they are. Being genuine and sure of yourself makes you stand out as genuine and sure of themselves. Being a maverick also means breaking the mold in a good way. It's not about being against the norm, but about questioning them and deciding for yourself what's valuable and worth pursuing, of example. Some people follow trends, but you might choose to stick to what you believe in and enjoy, whether that's in your hobbies, fashion, or the things you talk about. People are drawn to you because you are honest and don't hold back. People are naturally drawn to people who are honest about who they are and what they want out of life. They also like people who treat others with respect and interest. If you want to connect with someone on a deeper level, you need to let them explore your personality and values. So the next time you want to channel your inner bad boy, think of it as a call to accept your inner maverick. Living a brave and honest life means being excited about the adventures that come your way and treating others with respect, while also being pleasantly surprising. Number 10. Be proudly self-focused. Stoicism tells us to have a healthy sense of self-worth, but it also tells us to be humble and aware of other people. Unlike narcissism, this approach focuses on self-assurance without arrogance. Being confidently self-focused means recognizing your own worth and abilities without putting others down. It's about developing an inner confidence that says, "I know my value," and letting this confidence guide your actions and interactions. When you truly appreciate your own worth, others are more likely to do the same. This kind of confidence can be very attractive because it's not just about self-promotion, but also about self-awareness and self-possession. For example, think about someone who is confident in their talents and shares them openly without bragging. This person doesn't need constant validation from others because they know their strengths and weaknesses. They might lead a project or conversation with a calm voice. Stoic confidence means being sure that you will make choices based on facts instead of your ego. It means being sure of your skills and ideals, which makes people naturally drawn to you. However, it's important to be careful when doing this. Being cocky is not the same thing as having good self-esteem. Stoicism teaches us to keep this balance by self-examining and being humble about our thoughts and actions. By doing this, you can make sure that your confidence is always paired with respect for others, which makes you more approachable and interesting. If you show this kind of well-balanced confidence, it will make her more interested in being with you because it shows that being with you isn't just about riding on your successes, but also about growing together. When you lead with confidence tempered by Stoic wisdom, you invite her into an enriching experience that's about both of you growing. To practice this, remember to let your actions and choices reflect your self-respect, without putting others down. Show her that you value your own goals and values, but you're also willing to share your life's journey. This method not only gets her interested, but it also helps you connect with her on a deeper level by inviting her to join you in a partnership based on mutual respect. Respect as we continue to follow Stoic principles in our daily lives and try to keep a balance between confidence and humility. This balance will not only help you get along better with others, but it will also help you build relationships based on mutual respect and values. Number 11. The behavioral mirrored game. Let us talk about a quiet but effective way to connect that can often look like magic when it's done right. From a Stoic point of view, mirroring is more than just copying the other person's actions. It's also about showing empathy and understanding in a way that hits home. This means observing and adapting to another person's emotions and behaviors to create a harmonious interaction. It's a practice of reflection that tells the other person, "I see you, hear you, and understand you." That's what reflecting is all about. Pay attention to how she shows her interest or excitement. For example, if she's excited about a new movie or a book she's reading, share her excitement. This doesn't mean you should fake interest. Instead, be truly interested by asking questions or showing genuine curiosity. This shows that you care about her interests and are ready to talk about them. Mirroring can also include body language and speech patterns. If she talks quickly when she's excited, you can speed up your conversation to match hers. If she leans in while telling a story, you can do the same to create a sense of closeness and engagement. These subtle cues subconsciously tell her that you are both in sync, which can greatly deepen the feeling of connection. However, it's important to approach mirroring with a sense of subtlety and authenticity. Stoicism shows us the value of real interactions based on morality and wisdom. Simply judging her every word or action without understanding the meaning or emotion behind it can come across as fake or even unsettling. Instead, incorporate these observations into your own behavior to improve your natural rapport. For example, If you both enjoy the same foods or hobbies, you could talk about your own experiences or interests in those areas to build on common ground. This will not only keep the conversation going, but also strengthen your connection and mutual respect. As you go about your daily life, think about how you can use mirroring to improve your relationships. Think about your actions and motivations through the eyes of a Stoic. Are you being true to your nature as a social and logical being? Are you making real connections based on respect and understanding? As we come to the end of our discussion today, we hope that our journey through the Stoic approach to making meaningful connections has not only educated but also inspired you. Imagine that you're not just a fleeting thought but a significant, continuous presence in her mind. This may seem like a tall order, but with the techniques and insights we've talked about today, you are well equipped to make it a reality. Remember that success in this endeavor is about playing it smart with a touch of subtlety, leveraging your newfound knowledge to foster deeper, more impactful relationships. If you've watched until now and feel that you've gained valuable insights from our discussion, please let us know by commenting below with the word "sure." This helps us figure out what you're responding to and how we can better meet your needs in the future. We want to hear about your experiences or successes with these principles. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell icon to get notifications. That way, you won't miss any of our future videos, which are full of more tips, strategies, and discussions meant to help you deal with the challenges of relationships and personal growth. Thanks again for watching, and we look forward to continuing this journey with you as we look into not only relationships but also personal growth and the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Until next time, keep striving for real connections. Adopt the philosophy of understanding and thoughtfulness to change how you connect with the people around you. See you next time.